You hatch from an egg the size of a baby's tooth. No ceremony, no soft landing, no baby shower, just dry air, brittle insulation, and an unshakable sense that this place resents your existence. You were supposed to be born in the basement, where it's moist, where life clings to every surface, where the shadows hold secrets and not just forgotten boxes. Instead, you start here. In the attic, the heat radiates from the roof like punishment. The insulation burns like a sexually transmitted disease. The air scratches at your skin, and every groan of the wood makes you brace like something's about to fall through the ceiling. You pass boxes marked important, which clearly weren't, and a cooler with "Do Not Open" scratched into the top in Sharpie. You stare at it a long time, not because you're curious, but because it's one of the few things that isn't crumbling. There's nothing to drink, nothing to eat, just dust, dryness, and the strange feeling that you're on the wrong floor of life. Your siblings scatter before their legs have even figured out how to move. Some crawl into glue traps, others wander into corners and never return. One tries to drink from what looks like a puddle but turns out to be a dried patch of spilled soap. He doesn't make it. You keep crawling, slowly, deliberately, because even now, fresh out of the shell, you know this place isn't where you belong. And then, beneath it all, you feel something. Cooler air, moisture, vibrations that seem to echo up through the house, the basement. You don't know why you know, but you do. So you aim yourself downward, through cracks, along beams, past the edge of the light. You move toward the only thing that feels like a future. You press into a split between two floorboards. It takes most of your strength to wedge through, but eventually the attic vanishes behind you. Now you're in the walls. The temperature shifts. The air is tighter here, but also heavier, more alive. You can smell mildew, hear muffled movement. There are things living in these walls, and you're not sure if they'll notice you or ignore you. Either way, you keep crawling. You pass the dry, curled body of a roach twice your size. He looks like he's been there for months. You don't stop. He's a warning, not a friend. Voices drift through the drywall, soft and human, broken up by footsteps and appliance hums. None of it makes sense, but all of it feels like something you should stay away from. Then your grip slips. Then you fall. Right out of a ceiling vent and straight into a pink, well-worn soccer cleat that reeks of molding cheese, sweat, sour milk, and something eerily close to ammonia and vinegar. The stench is immediate, suffocating, and wrong in every way. You flail in panic, crawling toward the rim of the shoe, legs slipping and flailing against its curved, stinking walls. You make it to the edge, just barely, then lose your grip and tumble to the floor, landing on your back. The light clicks on. A child rises in bed. She sees you. Then she screams. The mother storms in, grabbing the very stinky little soccer cleat that once held you like a prison. She doesn't hesitate. You do. And then you run. You vanish behind a dresser, back into the wall. But now, they know you exist. For 2 days, you hide behind a dryer vent, pressed flat and trembling every time someone walks by. Eventually, hunger forces you to move. You find crumbs, dead bugs, a warm patch of tile beneath the fridge. You molt for the first time. It hurts, but it works. You grow, gain speed, begin to recognize the rhythm of the house. Then one night, you find it, a gap behind the sink. Cold air pushes up through it, thick with humidity and the unmistakable scent of mildew. This is the way. You slide through without hesitation. You land on concrete. It's cold, smooth, wet enough to feel like a blessing. This place is different. Shadows move slowly. The air hangs heavy. Pipes groan in the walls like distant thunder. And for the first time, you don't feel like a mistake. You molt again. You grow longer, stronger. Your legs multiply. Your vision sharpens. You hunt now like a boss. Silverfish, ants, a spider. They barely register your presence before it's too late. You are fast as hell. Fluid. Almost invisible like a superhero. Occasionally, the giant humans descend into the basement, sometimes to do laundry, sometimes to shuffle through forgotten boxes, and sometimes for reasons even they don't seem sure of. And sometimes the husband comes down there to talk on the phone to a woman he's keeping secret from his wife. If only she knew. They see you sometimes. They scream like victims of Michael Myers. Then they retreat. One brings poison, sprays corners, checks traps, talks to himself like the basement has ears. You stay hidden under the water heater and wait. Eventually, he leaves just as fast as he came. Eventually, winter comes. Pipes burst. You cling to lint and drift like a ghost across the floodwater. It takes hours to find dry ground again, but you do. And now, your body slows. Not from weakness, from weight, like a fat man at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Inside you, the eggs are growing. Dozens of them, fully formed and waiting, heavy with the promise of a next generation you'll never meet. You settle behind an old box labeled Taxes 1997 and wait. And one day they'll hatch in the dark, in the quiet, just like you. And maybe one of them will hatch in the attic. And it will crawl through walls, through risk, through everything, all the way down to the basement, to the place where it was meant to be. Or maybe, just maybe, it'll get squashed by a grandma who thinks you're the reason her arthritis is acting up.